So what I also wanted to share was, we have a few hundred sannyasis here and a few hundred Adinavasis, and we have, 1,000 plus volunteers who are dedicating their time, life and energy for Swamiji. And all of these 1,000 plus people want only one thing, right? Swamiji's attention, his love, his care. So these thousands of people expecting one being's love, attention, care, right? We'll feel, how is it even possible? Now, I can share from my example, 7 years of living around Swamiji, and there are a few hundred of us living everywhere, even sannyasis. I'm staying here, but there are a lot of sannyasis staying in LA, staying in Malaysia, staying in Canada, who don't meet him for maybe 2 years, 3 years. Or there are so many other Adinavasis. So many of us demanding Swamiji's love, care and attention. How is he able to give? How one being with so much of his tight packed schedule is able to give so much of his love, care and attention to these thousands of people? Now, what will really amaze us is every single person in the Sangha, be it a part-time volunteer, full-time volunteer, a monk or a rishi, everybody feels Swamiji is exclusive for them. It is beyond length, breadth, depth, time, space, beyond all of that. How one single person who's totally packed schedule, who works 20 hours a day, who has meetings, classes, I don't know what, all these book researches and manifesting powers, creating these spiritual alchemy products, and keeping thousands of people who are dedicating their time, life and energy, every single person feels attended to. Whether you meet with a sannyasi who's taking care of a Goshala, or you talk to a Krama Brahmachari who took Krama Brahmacharya 1 month before, or you talk to a sannyasi who has never seen him even once in the last 3 years, everybody feels they are individually attended to directly by Swamiji. It's not like it got attended through somebody else, or this other person passed on a message to Swamiji. Individually, every single person gets attended to, and Swamiji has already declared that there is going to be 10 lakh sannyasis, and I'm sure even if we have 10 lakh sannyasis, every single sannyasi will feel Swamiji is individually attending to us, taking care of us, giving us all the love and attention that that person is expecting. I don't know in which dimension it falls. I feel it is beyond all dimensions.
See, now I'll get back to your question. See, even if you feel you are micromanaging only in the length level, whatever you know as you do micromanagement in that plane, whatever you don't know as you, the avyakta, this micromanagement will get infiltrated into unmanifest dimension of you. See, if you know only your length and breadth, that is the manifest component of you. If you don't know your depth, your time, your space, that is the unmanifest component of you. Whatever is manifest component of you, in that start micromanaging, start being integrated to Advaita. Whatever is unmanifest component of you, this will get infiltrated into that. That's the solution. What you know, with that be integrated. Like that day I was talking about this Rudra. I am so clear. It may be Sadashiva said the word Rudra Mandala, but I got in that leaf, that last portion of the leaf is broken, destroyed. So let me use the word Rudra, because that is what I got. To that precise integrity. And if I get another one copy later on, and I find a word Rudra Yantra, Rudra Mandala, I'll update. To that precise integrity. There ends the whole spiritual practice. Yes. You are clear about the question?
Yes, thank you.
Swamiji. You want to ask anything else? Please go ahead.
Thank you. About Akashic readings, I heard that you can change your future. Can you also change the future which is told by Akashic readings?
Okay, in the energy session, come and ask me what they told and what you want. Ask, I'll tell you.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Ask the mic. Give the mic.
I have a story to share from September Inner Awakening. There was a participant who went to Akashic readings and he asked, okay, where is the girl whom I will marry? Where is she located? So he was from New Zealand. The answer that came was, the girl that you're going to marry is in USA. So he was so depressed that, I don't want a long distance relationship, I want somebody. So he has already had a name of a girl that he wants to marry who was in New Zealand. So the evening he went to Akashic reading. The answer came that the person that you're going to marry is in America. That night, he writes a letter, takes it to Swamiji during the energy darshan and says, Swamiji, I want to marry this girl, and the girl's name was something. And he said, can you please make it happen? Swamiji said, okay, blessings, tatastu, I will take care. Now this guy goes to Akashic reading the next morning again and asks the same question.
To some other Balasant, no way there is a possibility of any communication from here to there.
Because other than Swamiji and him, nobody else knows what Swamiji answered, what he asked, anything like that. So he goes to the Akashic reading the next morning and asks, okay, what is the name of the girl that I will marry? The answer came exactly the name of the girl that he wrote in the energy darshan in the Akashic records. So the Akashic records gets live updated as Swamiji utters his words here.
And I also want to tell you, sometimes when you come and ask, there will not be any response from me, then understand, appeal is over, just follow Akashic record. Do not mess up with your life. And if you decide, you are only heading towards very sad end. Don't go to Akashic records if you are not going to follow it. If you are very clear you are going to follow it, go. And if you have a difficulty, you can always reach out to me. And if you do not see a spontaneous response from me, that I will change it, don't worry, or I am correcting it, this is the way it is going to be. If I don't respond, then understand, this is the way Sadashiva wanted it to be. Just follow the Akashic records. Don't try anything on your own. That will be like a lot of damage. Sometimes it can become irreparable, where when you come back, the repairing will be too late. Too much and too late.
Satyajata Swamiji.
Swamiji, yes. There is one thing that...
and one more thing, always differentiate between my wishes and my blessings. If I say my best wishes, never do that. It is courtesy. You are not intelligent enough to receive the straight answer from me. Or if I say straight, you will get incomplete with me. So many times, the word blessings will be more like a best wishes. Anything you bring it to me, I have to. If it's only very straight confirmation, then you can be sure it's immediately updated. It's immediately updated. Or just be, or better don't go to Akashic records. You do what you want and face what you want. If you go and listen, just go with him. Yes. And one more thing, our kids are highly integrated. Highly integrated. Just yesterday I was playing during the process. Actually, I have done a jugad in this Dakshinamurti. Nobody knows. This deity cannot be put in the temple. We carved it, but something has happened during the carving. It can only be kept in garden. It cannot be put in the temple. Because for putting in the temple, you need the stone, not even one small flaw. So in this, something has happened. I have done a jugad and fixed it, just to keep it in the stage, and now after this, it is going to be kept in garden. Nobody knows, only I know and the mason knows the jugad done in this. So I called Shambhava, It's okay. It's okay. No, 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 let her sleep, let her rest, let her rest. During the manifestation time, I called her and said, in this, there is something which is not in tune with the whole deity. So, find out. All it took is 3 seconds. She wrote in a paper and gave it to me. I said, oh God. Hamsa does not know. Actually, I do not want anybody to know the Jugad is done. And Hamsananda only takes care of all this. I did not even want Hamsananda to know. I called the mason. I was walking around here and I called him directly and told him to do it. He did it in 10 minutes and went away. Nobody knows the Jugad done there. She told in hardly 3 seconds. She wrote in paper and gave. Actually, there is something called terai. Terai means inside the stone there will be a small frog kind of an animal. I don't know how many of you know about it. So, if the terai comes, you can't use that stone for any more worship. So, there is one terai in this. So, I cleaned it up and sealed it without anybody's knowledge. And then I said, it cannot be installed in any temple, you have to install only in the garden. And it can only be a garden deity, where it's just enjoyed. But it cannot be, the prana pratishtha cannot be done. So nobody knows. It took only 3 seconds for her. She just saw, wrote detailed, and she gave it to me, the paper. Did you guys see the paper? And nobody can imagine also where the Jugad is. Still, even now, none of you guys can find out where the Jugad is, only I know. And even if you go on 20 hours, look around the deity, look here, there with all glasses, you will not know. Microscope or anything you do, you will not know. So kids are highly integrated. They also go through a very thorough training. Very thorough training of, you see, how I train, after they read Akashic records, they are all made to sit, like 10 or 15 of them. All of them are given 15 questions. All of them have to answer all 15 same. Only then they pass. Even if a word changes, I tell them, do more, practice more manifestation and come back. Next.
Satyajatata Swamiji.
I'll finish your question. Go ahead.
This micromanaging, which Nehamai was referring, she said memory. That's not right, correct? Am I correct in saying that?
See, I should say depth.
Depth.
That's the right word.
You are in everything. That's why you know what is happening everywhere. So
I can say,
right.
Because English no other word. Na. That's the reason. What's the better word? No, oneness in action.
Yes, Swami.
Oneness in remembrance is my memory. Oneness in action is my micromanagement. Because there is no other word, we use this word. Oneness in remembrance is my memory. You cannot use ordinary word memory. You cannot use micromanagement for what I am doing. It should be oneness in action. Oneness in action.
Thank you, Swami.
Satyajata.
Satyojatam. Go ahead.
Swamiji, because of your blessings back in March, you said that I'd have the power to play with time, stretch, compress, and I've had tremendous possibility experience, like manipulating time, even of trains, or I'll be in the right place at the right time. And I think a lot of people have that same experience of being at the right place at the right time. Can you shed a bit of light on how Kala manifests itself into our reality?
See, if you connect with your depth, Kala is only step away. For example, right or wrong, good or bad, some part of you is very deeply convinced about me in you. That part of you is your spiritual depth. that spiritual depth is in touch with time. That time is in your favor. There is part of you which is not convinced. That is in touch with breath, not with time. So this is the way the whole pendulum moves.
I have a second question also. So when I was younger, my mom taught me a mantra that if I chant, I'll never lose any item. If I lost an item, it'll come back to me. It's Om Karti Vidya Arjuna. And I've taught it to a few people, and there's a 100% success rate. How does a mantra...
Mantras do have effect if they are given by an enlightened being and they come as generation. See, there is a rule in Agama. Mantras work only if it is given by an enlightened being to you. Exemption is if your father and mother gives you. In turn, if they have received from their father and mother who has received from an enlightened being. Either it can be Guru Vali or Karu Vali. Means the lineage of Guru or lineage of the Om. Only in these two it works.
So how does that manifest?
Maybe your mom received from your grandmother and they received from some enlightened being. Then it works. So you can give as long as because you are received from your mom. It will work. Mantras do have, they are like a password.
So how does this relate with time, space, length, breadth?
It is actually, I should say that it's more a depth. Depth touching the time.
So how does it manifest in like the physical form?
Because everything is, after all, what do you think? It's only a time, space manifesting in the physical form. You think we are out of time, space now? No, we are inside it. It's very much inside. Even the Vatavarana in which you are sitting is inside the space. Vatavarana means atmosphere. It's inside the space.
Thank you, Swamiji. And one more question. Or,
Go ahead.
Nanda, she spoke about how you can put the seed of a dream in other people's head, and she said that she will ask you before she reveals that to us. I don't know if you can...
Yes. We will have a session.
Thank you, Swamiji.
We will have a session.
Swamiji Satya.
I'm going to give you Kali Mandala, and that night I'm going to appear in all your dreams at once. Kali is the Karana Sarira. I'm waiting for it to be ready. You will have my darshan.
What about for us to put it into other people, Swamiji? Like, for me to put the seed into other persons.
I know what all you are going to do with these powers. All right, I'll give you anyhow.
Thank you, Swamiji.